Hello again. I hope that viewers are keeping up to date with developments on the front line of the culture wars which are sweeping Britain and the United States currently. There's far more at stake in the battle than this or that old statue of a dead queen or monkeying around with some aspect of a school's history curriculum. In Britain, the Royal Veterinary College is determined to decolonise its courses, if only it can find anything offensive or racist to tackle in animal husbandry or the treating of sick pets, if they can find something which displays racial prejudice. Until then, there is the elephant in the room to deal with. This is a part of critical race theory which nobody seems to talk about and many people have simply not heard of. It is the plan to do away entirely with reason and logic. This is not any sort of exaggeration on my part. Critical race theory regards the very principle of reasoned debate as a tool of white supremacists, something which must be ditched if black people are to be liberated from the chains of slavery and freed from the legacy of colonialism. In other words, reasoning matters out and trying to establish the truth of any proposition by examining it and testing the truth of what is being said is really a white man's trick to confuse black folk. I'm not making this up. The Royal College describes the white global North intellectual tradition as a colonial legacy. I give a link in the description to this video to a newspaper article in which this is explicitly stated. Quoting from Critical Race Theory and Introduction, which is a university text widely used in Britain and America, written by Richard Delgado, we find the following. Critical race theory questions the very foundations of the liberal order, including equality theory, legal reasoning, Enlightenment rationalism, and neutral principles of constitutional law. Enlightenment rationalism is what most of us call reasoned debate, and things such as requiring evidence for holding a belief, and the avoidance of holding views which run counter to science. We all of us follow this mode of thought without even being aware of it, but it is anathema to critical race theorists. Feelings and instincts to be preferred, and the idea that the intellectual tradition of Europe is any better than the ideas of illiterate tribesmen following a cargo cult in Papua New Guinea is itself racist. I have an idea that not everybody knows that critical race theory is actually opposed to reason, and that at the back of many people's minds is that some compromise might be reached with the followers of this bizarre cult. This is simply not possible, because the common framework of reason to which almost all of us in Europe and America subscribe is actually rejected. There can be no debate about this. The Enlightenment is racist, and the intellectual tradition of Europe and America is also to be regarded as colonial and thrown in the dustbin. I just thought I'd mention this so that viewers would be aware that trying to enter into a dialogue with people that support critical race theory is itself seen as being a racist and colonial act.